It's John F.
Promise to stay, and I give you my heart.
Hello there, this is JohnF Unscripted. My guest today, Sayu, and together we'll dive into how do you know when your spouse is cheating. Let's get the job done.
It's John F.
Hello, welcome back to JohnF Unscripted. So today on the show, I have an incredible personality with me, very scarce to find. I went through the wars of Canada to get her on the show. She's too busy. Of course, I know you're busy making money, but she won't agree she's busy making money. She's an amazing personality, very responsible, 100% the pride of North America. You know, the centerpiece of the capital city of Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Sayu right with me today. We're speaking together. How are you?
I'm well. I'm not sure what I should say after such an introduction. Flattered beyond my imagination, but
I know.
I appreciate it.
But first of all, I want to
Yes.
thank you very much for creating time to be here, because I know that you can be very busy, to be honest, and I appreciate it. So, yeah, the weather is crazy.
Yes, it is.
And
but it's held up. The rain has held up, so
Exactly.
that's what's important.
so let's get to it. Today we're speaking something very fantastic.
Yeah.
At what point do you conclude that your or someone's spouse is cheating? Do you know what I mean? I know that there are a lot of red flags here and there, but what is the big deal for people to watch out for? Or at what point do you say, no, this is 100% cheating? And let's start from there. I have a lot of angles to connect with, but let's start from there. What do you see your spouse do? Not your spouse, but people's spouse.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Thanks for clarifying that.
Not her spouse, please, not her spouse.
Yes.
So, what do people watch out for? And get to that point where you feel like, no, he or she is cheating.
Okay.
So let's get there.
Definitely, you would see some sort of change.
Okay.
Change, and when I refer to change, is perhaps it's something that you normally do together.
Yeah.
Maybe Saturdays, take the kids to the park.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, there's a bit of a change of, they don't seem to be quite interested in things you did together.
Yeah.
So there's that. It's a switch. Their attention has obviously been switched to somebody else.
Okay.
So that change, you might not notice it right away. Obviously, with time, you're like, what's going on? How come
I know.
they're less interested in the things you did together?
Yeah.
That's one of them. Like there's lots. I don't know how much you want me to keep going, but that could be one of them. Something else that I could possibly think of is perhaps, let's say before, it didn't matter where their phone was or their computer was, but now they're more secretive. Like the phone rings, they almost like
that.
They almost like like spring up.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, are you okay?
I'm trying to get there before you. I know.
Perhaps you had their password before. I'm not saying this is for every couple,
Yes.
but where it's like, really secretive about who they're on the phone with or who the emails. And sometimes what happens is, let's say they're logged into some devices and that device is logged into perhaps another device in the house.
Yeah.
And now they really make sure that all the other devices are disconnected, so that secrecy, because obviously they don't want you to find out, and then you start to act funny around them. Like I said, your phone rings, and guess what? It's your dentist reminding you of an appointment, But because it rang and you're probably expecting a call from from the other person, and you're like just like bouncing off. So those couple of behavior changes, that's another bit of a change, but that's more like even a behavior change. You're like, what's going on, and vice versa. I'm not saying this for the men or the ladies, vice versa. Of course, we're discussing it could happen both ways, whether it's the guy or the girl or the girl or the guy. Something else I could probably think of is maybe a bit of less interest in making love to you,
Stuff like that.
before you go through the whole, maybe strawberries this time, let's spice it up, and then now they're like, nah, it can be bothered.
The connection is not there.
It's not there at all, or it's there. But probably actually it could go the reverse. Sometimes the connection is not as much, but it could also go the reverse, where it's too much that they're trying to cover up for the fact that they don't want you to pick it up.
I like that.
Do you follow where I'm getting at?
That's deep.
Where because what happens, it could be like an increased drive, and just to mask up for the fact that they realize if it's a decrease, then you might pick up on the cheating. So it could go either way, really. So you just one has to just know their partner, their spouse, to pick up on some of those. I mean, there's lots more other reasons. I don't know how many more you want me to go through, but
I like that. Let me interrupt you there.
Sure.
It's John F.
Let me interrupt you there.
Sure. Go ahead.
I know that you've laid the foundation for all the things we want to talk about. I love that.
Sure.
For me, basically, like this is JohnF Unscripted. Like, we just say things the way they are. Like, we don't want to dress it too much.
Exactly.
Because that's the beauty of the podcast. Just nail things on the head.
Absolutely.
First, like you said, number one, I tell people that I don't encourage you checking your spouse's phone, like making it like a culture. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and
basically,
exactly, and it just shows a sense of maybe lack of trust.
Exactly.
For me to be, lack of trust, really.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And you see, when you have a spouse, relationship, union, marriage stand on like a basic tripod, like trust, responsibility, and attention. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like if you have a lady, you should not put your priority on checking her phone.
Absolutely not.
Speaking with.
Yeah.
First of all, if you marry a beautiful lady, you should understand there's going to be competition. Fact. No, fact.
I guess.
No, fact. Fact. See, fact.
You tell me.
If you don't want the competition, go for the ugly ladies.
Oh.
Don't stress yourself. No, that's the fact.
Actually,
that's
if
you have an impeccable, beautiful lady for a wife, understand that the other guys are not blind.
That's true.
So you're so lucky that she says yes to you.
Yeah, and no to the others.
That's enough for you. That's enough for a lady to come stay with you and live the rest of her life with you. That's a big plus.
Absolutely.
All right. But remember, there are a lot of people in her circle before saying yes to you.
Of course.
And you're going to be irresponsible as a man to want her to block all of them away. It doesn't make sense that
precisely.
way. So insecurity, for me, I don't support that for guys.
Yes.
You marry an amazing lady, just let her be.
Let her be.
I feel like when people come around my woman, I feel like that's nice. It gives me a sense of ownership. Not like I don't like the word ownership.
Like, no, but
a sense of
she belongs.
I feel like to you. Try and see. I mean, it makes me feel like my woman is still on point.
Perfect.
And sometimes I go out with my wife and I see people try to be friends. I'm like, enjoy, enjoy. Do you understand? There was a time I was in the party. I'm not. I think in the meeting. So there was this guy who was just trying to like speak to my wife and all that. And I went to the guy. I'm like, it enter your eye, yeah. So the point is, when you have a beautiful woman, the sense of insecurity can cripple your marriage.
Absolutely.
You should never do that as a man.
Absolutely.
All you have to do as a man is to consistently be the best you can be.
Absolutely.
First of all,
Yeah.
the number one red flag is when your spouse cannot drop his or her phone and it wouldn't let you have it. Like you're trying to grab his phone, he's trying to hide something. That guy's cheating.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Guys, see, listen, fact.
Yeah.
If you have a spouse who is so particular about his phone
Yes.
and he can just drop his phone and he's sleeping.
Yeah.
When he's sleeping, his phone is on silence. So someone won't call late at night.
Yeah.
And
you're telling me, I'm hearing this first.
I know what you mean. We're having a conversation, really.
Absolutely, yeah.
When a man,
it makes sense.
When a man is uncomfortable with you holding his phone,
yeah,
it's cheating.
Yeah.
Fact. Don't go and meet another spiritual person.
Yeah.
Take it from me. That's a fact. Because if there is nothing to hide, there is nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Really.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There is nothing to hide.
Absolutely.
That's number one.
Yeah.
That's number two. If you notice, like all of a sudden, the love is too much. You mentioned it, right?
Yes, I touched on that.
The love is too much. Like from here to here.
Yes. Out of the blue.
Where did they happen? Like what's going on?
Yeah. It
Because
just catapults.
A lot of guys, when they
sudden,
mess up around outside, they want to make up for it.
Ah.
They want to make up for it by being nice to you.
So in their subconscious, they were trying to...
So when they're trying to be too nice to you, they've done something silly.
Oh, I see.
But they have to make up for it. They regret what they've done.
I see.
And they want to like just be nice to you just to appease their mind. You know, like because love and relationship is one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't jump from I don't want to go out with you to let's go to the party tonight.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the point I was speaking before. Yeah.
Sure.
So when you agree to be with a man, the man should understand that that's the point where your job starts.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's nice for ladies to feel like there's competition. Not that they want to cheat, but it's good for their personality to be chased.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they're
You're hilarious, Joe.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It's
like thinking through it.
It's the nature of it. During the pandemic, when we started working from home, at a point ladies got so tired of it because they want to go out. There is a sense of you get into the office and you know you're looking so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your colleagues are like, oh, I like this, I like that. So that's the point. So as a man, I've told myself, a lot of guys are competing with me, but I'm going to beat them to it every day of my life. So the question is, what can I do better?
Yes.
How can I get better every day? Because the problem with most men is because they don't want to learn and unlearn. Once you show your lady that you are ride and die, she's going to be there for you.
Absolutely.
You don't have to make a woman love you.
Absolutely.
You don't have to impress a woman to love you. That's a mistake people make.
Yeah.
Just show her that her priority is your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
That's it. There you go.
And treat her like
and I don't lie.
She is.
Yeah.
I tell my husband, I mean, I'm not that, but I'll just bring this in real quick.
I know.
I tell him all the time, thank you for lifting me up to the highest throne there ever will be, you know?
Exactly.
And in his eyes, I'm like his queen. And that's all.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all.
20 years later.
It's John F. It's John F.
Promise to stay, and I give you my heart.